Hello and welcome. Here is the look that we're creating today. Today I'm going to show you how to do eyebrows from scratch, a no eyeliner elongated eye, and a beautiful nude lip. And remember that micellar foundation that was so wonderful? Well, I'm going to use my darkest shade to give myself a little bit of a faux tan. One thing I want you to take notice of right away is that I went straight in with this foundation with no primer. And this foundation looks amazing all by itself. Now that I've got the faux tan thing going on, let's do a nude lip. I'm using my L'Oreal Color Rich Au Naturel lip liner. It's nice and creamy, floats over the lips like a dream. And I've chosen to go ahead and fill my entire lip in, and that way when I put my lipstick on, I won't have that sort of ring around the lips. Plus, the lip liner will actually make the lipstick last a lot longer. Once I've got my lips filled in all the way, I'll go ahead and overlap in just a couple of areas to make my lips look a little bit bigger. I've learned that if you just overline where you feel like you need a little extra volume, instead of overlining your entire lip, those little adjustments actually add up to a lot. And then I've got this beautiful nude lipstick by L'Oreal. Look at how beautiful and sheer that is. The problem with nudes and skin tones that are close to mine is that sometimes they can wash us out, even if we're wearing that lip liner. And you know your lips are washed out if all of a sudden they just disappear on your face. The solution for this is a lighter concealer on a little tiny brush, and then you're just going to barely go around your Cupid's bow area. It's okay if you don't have a very defined one. Just go around whatever God naturally gave you, and then go around your bottom lip on the sides. When you do this, you want to make sure there's only a tiny amount of concealer on your brush. It's got to be almost dry, so you're just kind of barely whitewashing the color on there. And of course, experiment with your own lips to see if you like it lined all the way around or just in some places. I like mine to just be crisp right there on the bottom sides and right around the Cupid's bow. And for those who are wondering, I'm using a Do Care number 26 brush. Any small, thin, sort of pointy brush will work perfect for this. The brushes I'm using today are from two different sets. The ones that I'm using for concealer and my eyes are going to be from a Do Care set that I bought on Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description for you. Then the dual-ended brushes, like the one I'm using right here to apply my Multi-Glow Balm, they are actually by Seint. They're a little bit more money, but they are so worth it, worth every penny. The color that I'm applying is 04 Rose Crystal, and it is by Bayfree. It's called the Multi-Glow Balm. And you can apply this with a brush, with fingers, or with a sponge. And I love this kind of thing because it's really just all up to you in whatever your style is. For me, the brush did the best job because it kept the makeup where I wanted it to be, and it also blended it. My fingers were a bit time consuming, and so I had to use my beauty blender to blend it all out. Okay, let's do those eyebrows from scratch. First, we're going to place a mark straight up the side of the nose. Then from the same spot on the nose through the iris, we're going to mark where our arch is going to be. And from the side of the nostril through the outer corner of the eye, make a mark. Next, I'm going to sketch a pretty straight line from that first dot through the middle of my eyebrow to the arch dot. And I'll continue this down to the tail. Now for my top line, I want to keep this pretty parallel to the bottom line and taper toward the arch. Then we're going to make little tiny feathery strokes and fill in the whole thing. The pencil I'm using is a micro brow pencil by Billion Dollar Brows. Once the brow is filled in, the next most important thing to do is to comb through the brow with a spoolie. This blends the color in and disperses it, making the brow look more natural. Without that little bit of blending, you can end up looking really splotchy. And some of those crayon type pencils are really, really waxy, and it just makes it hard to blend and look good. But give it a good blend, and then if you've removed a little bit too much, you can go back in and just tweak things and add a little bit more. Now, if you've ever done your brows and then thought, oh my gosh, they're crooked, here's some tips to help. Use a tool like tweezers or chapstick or something like that just to check it and see if the width is the same. Then with some dental floss or a piece of string, you can check the height of your inner brow and your tail to make sure that they're the same as well as your arches. And if you're sitting there thinking, I need eyebrows, but this is too much stinking work, I actually use a brow stamp almost every day of my life because they're so fast. I have linked videos and products in the description in the top pinned comment for everyone. Since we're going the extra mile today, I'm going to use my brow mascara. Now, I do this after I pencil in my brows because what it does is it'll hold those brow hairs that I do have in place and it'll actually give them a little bit of color. Then with my tiny little number 28 Do Care brush, I'm actually going to put a little concealer right under there to clean this all up. Then we're going to jump into those elongated eyes. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use a little tiny bit of concealer and a squirt of my primer. That's going all over my lid from lash to brow. Then I'm going to grab my Stands Out sponge and I'm going to remove any excess. I bought some new matte eyeshadows that I'm dying to try. We're going to start with the color Cupcake all over my lid. Once that's on, we're going to apply Paris, that beautiful pink. While I'm applying this in the background, I wanted to just take a moment to say thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. If you gained anything from this, if you'll hit the like button and give me a follow, I would certainly appreciate it. Since we're doing an elongated eye, it's important to start bringing that lighter color out toward the temple early. Next, we're going to bring this beautiful gray color called London in, and we're going to apply it to the crease. That color is going to be the most important because it's going to give us a very soft, contoured look. It's very light and airy looking, like a little bit of a rain cloud, which makes it really perfect for making those light, dreamy looks where you're basically wanting to show shadows. Now here's my little trick for not wearing a lot of concealer under my eyes. I haven't applied any concealer yet, and what I like to do is sweep my shadow underneath my eye to use it like a soft eyeliner. And I'll show you how I apply concealer here in a little bit. But right now, I've got to take that and sort of sketch it out slightly to the side, and that's where we're going to elongate the eye. I'm actually applying a thicker layer on the outside lower part of my eye right there, which would normally look really silly, but in the end, you're going to see how this all comes together. Then I've got to swoop that out, and where normally I would try to lift this up, I'm actually trying to come sort of straight out to the side. My reason for that is when you create a different eye look, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, your eye still has the illusion of being shaped like an almond. While I prepare to do my magnetic lashes in the background, I have a question for you, and I also have some updates about the channel. First of all, I absolutely love posting these longer videos, and I'd actually like to post more of them. The problem I'm having is that I'm also posting 5 shorts a week, which also take more time. So in an effort to make better content and also eventually make longer content twice a week, I'm going to strive to post 2 longer videos and 3 shorts a week. I'll get to my question in just a moment, but I need you to see how I'm putting this Fiera concealer on. I'm going to tap it into place and let it warm up on my skin. And what I'm doing is bringing it just below where that eyeshadow is. So in the old days, I would have taken the concealer all the way up to my lash line, and then I would have applied my eyeliner over that area. But I like this way better because I don't have a cakey mess under my eyes, and I have that gorgeous coverage. Now for my important question. Since this channel is about you, I thought I would ask you, what kind of videos would you like to see? And I'd also like to know if you watch my longer videos, the ones that are around 9 minutes, and the short videos, or if you just watch one or the other. I sincerely appreciate your help and your input. As always, I will put the entire list of products that I used in the video in the top pinned comment. My friends, I hope you enjoyed this look, and I hope you have an amazing day.